I know, right? Hello, and welcome to the LDM Show. As my special guest. If y'all been watching the LDM Show, I can't keep just saying my special guest. You're supposed to know who he is already.
I mean, I've been around a
All right?
couple of times.
Will David from XY101.
What's up?
And again, the new season has started. That is so cool, man. I came in, I think, the middle of the first episode and then the third episode. And some of the conversations, guys, I'm telling you, got a little heated.
All we do is talk
Talk
stuff.
crap.
That's it. We talk crap all the time. That's it. You know.
It was fun, though. It was fun.
You know, you try to bring up some conversations, some topics that'll get y'all talking. That's
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point.
And then the thing is, when you go to the podcast and you see, like, we're conversating about dogs, and the conversation will start,
About dogs.
but it won't end.
Lord knows where it's gonna go. But that's the whole point. Natural conversations. Like
Right.
see where it goes. We try to stay focused, but when's the last time you and your friends haven't gone on a long tangent and then you go, wait, so what were we talking about?
I know, right? Be like, yeah. So back to the conversation we
Right.
first started 2 hours ago.
How do we get, I don't know. Me and my coworkers talking about work. Next thing you know, we talking about sports, and then we end up back at, wait, wasn't there a problem with the boss? I don't care no more. So you see that Yankee game though?
Yeah. Yo, what about that game? What about the game? But we've been out of the rain, I guess. I guess we like out of the rainy season
And into the snow.
and into the snow.
It's gonna come. They're saying we're expecting a big snowy winter.
Oh my God, that's all we need. But overall, I think it will be a real big snow. I don't think it's gonna be a snowstorm, but I'm thinking it's gonna be like snowing
Consistently?
like almost every day, little here, little there.
I don't like the
Just
snow.
because of the rain. I'm
Yeah,
just going based on the rain was raining and raining and raining.
Rain plus cold equals snow.
Yeah,
I got
so
you.
hopefully, it'll be. I like when the snow first falls. I just don't like the day after. The slush and all this. I
Day? You mean the week?
Oh yeah.
It's New York City. They slow.
Yeah, they slow as heck, bro, with that shit. But other than that, it's been cool. So what's up over your weekend? I know you get crazy weeks.
No, I mean, so I just had a 9-day work week, and then it's the last 2 days off. Just had to save myself a little bit of trouble. But I stayed safe during Halloween, so that's the plus, right?
Oh yeah, you're still home, right?
I left home for like 5 seconds the day after to go to my other home. That was about it. But yeah, stay safe on Halloween, and you got another 8-day work week coming up because it's another military weekend. I don't know why they would do this to us back to back.
Back to back. Wow.
But okay. And then I don't see them until like I think the week or two before Christmas. So that's not bad.
Jesus Christ.
But how about you? How was your last week?
Oh, with the studio, I'm glad that we finally up and running.
Yeah. They can't tell, but we in a place much bigger.
Bigger, much bigger. It might still sound echoey because we haven't put all like the frames up and all that stuff. But other than that, but today I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay home. My body said you ain't going nowhere, so I just stood home watching, my Japanese trying to catch up to all of them.
Oh, yeah. What show were you watching?
What was the new one?
The new joint on Netflix?
Yeah, with Mushimi. Mushimi is a samurai who's going after the main demon because he's turning people into zombies and demons and stuff like that. Was watching that one. I watched Dragon D, Hunter D again.
Oh, that's a classic.
I watched that one again. So I already knew what was going to happen. I just wanted to watch it again.
It's entertaining. Good fight scene.
And then I've been watching. What else we've been watching again? With Sam and Dean. I've been watching that.
The Winchesters?
Yeah, the Winchesters.
Supernatural.
Yep, been
Wait,
catching
you
up.
watched the Supernatural anime?
No, not yet.
Oh,
not yet.
okay.
I gotta watch that one.
So yeah, I think it was back in 2010, between 2010 and 2012. They did Supernatural, X-Men, Wolverine got a special one, and Blade all got an anime done with like a cross Marvel promotional thing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good thing, And then when I was watching the show, I'm like, wait, I missed this episode? I was like, there was something, or maybe I didn't remember it, but, catching up, you get to find out, like, oh, these were the clues about his dad and all that, when you finally get to see it again. But, catching up today was like, well, I watched one episode 3 times, so, because I dozed off. Well, okay, you got to rewind it again. Dozed off, rewind it again.
It's nothing against the show. It's just how tired he be because
Yeah,
he's working.
all this stuff that we've been doing. So now that it's winding down. But ladies and gentlemen, we are having free Santa photos, face painting, and things like that in the studio. Check out the LDM Facebook, the LDM Network's Facebook for the flyer. But let's go hit the show, what I really wanted to speak about. Today we're speaking about basically the double standards and the craziest things that we hear in the States, because I don't really hear it when I go out of the country. But things that happen in the States that you just want to slap the person. You ever had those moments?
I mean, I don't know if the moments that I've had apply only to the States, but I'm sure I could think of a few times where I'm just like,
want to
I mean, I do work in a hospital, so.
Yeah. I think your palms will be hurting every day.
I don't know. Maybe they get a nice layer of calluses, from a face slapping. Can join that slap face league thing.
Yeah, because mine was yesterday on the bus. This lady, oh my God, people can't move to the back, and I'm looking at the lady like, do you see what I see? Because there ain't no room.
Right.
Like it's at all. It's not like if they just scrounge up to the front, and then. Oh, my God, now he has to stop at this stop, too? I'm like, it's a bus stop. Like, I was about to slap the crap out of her. I'm like, lady, stop your complaining and just take the bus and shut up.
It's funny. That actually was the reverse for me today, where I'm on the train to the studio, and you have the 3 entrances, the 2 entrances, one at the front and one at the back of the car, stuffed full of people. The middle, completely empty.
Oh, yeah, I hate that.
Now, I so happened to be standing when the train pulled in at the last car, but I see the middle empty, no one even coming out, and I'm trying to walk in, and they're looking like, where are you going to fit? So, of course, I had to push through. I didn't slap them.
I do the same.
How do you, not even trying to even – I understand if you're trying to be by the door because you're getting off at the next stop.
Right.
80% of those people did not get off until, 3rd Ave. You know what I'm saying? But – and I get on in 72nd Street. So – that's 8 stops before they even get off. So why are you even crowding the door? But then, the fact that you really have the nerve to try and block me from getting to the open area. What is wrong with you?
In the bus, too. I was like, okay, I come in the bus. I sat down, and then the lady come right there in the front, because I sat on the front, came right to the front with her little stroller. And I looked to the back, and I looked at her like, why you just don't keep on going? Is there something with the doors in the trains and buses that is like a flycatcher?
Well,
bam, right there.
At least with the cart thing, I can at least say on a bus, sometimes you get the bus with the thing that folds out like that to get off and on.
Yeah.
That maybe they're thinking it's easier to be in the front so that way you can ask the bus driver to pull it down for you.
Yeah, but you still can go to the back. Get your ass in the back.
They ain't going to push that car all the way back up.
Don't come with the car.
No, you know why? Because people know you're not supposed to exit out the front. That they're not waiting for nobody to come. That'd be irking my soul when the back door is there and they be trying to bum rush the front door. And I'm like, I'm not moving, bro.
We were on the bus. The guy was literally in the front of the middle door. Excuse me, getting out. I told Raiden, don't move. And I said it just like that. He looked at me, but I'm getting out. I was like, the door's right there.
Yeah.
I ain't moving for no dumb people. I'm sorry.
Go out the back. Out the back.
If
in the front, out the back. He was
right there at the door.
It's like food. You eat, and then it's out, right? It doesn't come back up.
Listen.
Hopefully.
Those are the people that you just want to slap. Get them out the way and just keep them moving because you're dumb as it is. And then they flap to the front. But this lady, the guy, she has a stroller too. Oh, I'm coming out. I'm like, fold the damn shopping cart and you can get out faster. So the guy said, get out. Everybody in the bus was dying for her to get out because she was complaining about every little thing. Oh, here comes another person with a stroller. I was like, and what the hell you got? You got a shopping cart too.
And it's not closed, even though it's
God.
empty.
It was what's going on, Scott? It was just a crazy thing, man. It's like all these people complaining. I'm just looking at them like. And then the funny part about it, there was a wheelchair guy there. he looked at her and then looked at me. He was like, and why is she complaining? I was laughing. I said, exactly. You know, she was like, well, I'm on the wheelchair and she's there just walking around, but she's the one complaining.
Hey, look, all I know is when wheelchair people start complaining, I just tell them to keep it rolling.
Hey, listen. I met a guy in the wheelchair. He's on the wheelchair because his friend was playing with the gun and it shot and it hit him in the back.
Damn.
But he has a freaking good personality about it. He was like, yeah, you know, I talk to kids. You know, I'll be rolling up on them and talking.
Yep. You see?
I was dying. Yeah.
You know who I really like to smack? The people who get on the train with their bicycle. And then have the nerve, not just the fact they're getting on with the bicycle, because that alone, I'm like, this is the device that you should be using for transit. But have the nerve then to padlock it to the middle pole.
What the hell?
I've been on too many trains in the last 3
I
months.
never seen that yet.
It's usually people who look like they have like the delivery guys, right? Because they have the little like
right.
bag or whatever. They padlock the bicycle and then sit down in a seat. And
you better sit on that bike.
The guy had it blocking both doors, right? And an MTA worker came by and said, whose bike is this? Dude was passed out in the corner like that. And she was just like hopping over it, trying to get to the other side. I was just started laughing. I'm like, you're not going to do nothing about this? I got a seat. I was like, I guess.
Listen. The craziest things you see, if you've never been in New York, I don't see it other places, you know. And, you know, with the complaining about stuff, like when she complained about people coming with a shopping cart, having a shopping cart herself, I was like, listen, this is hilarious.
You got to understand, New Yorkers are a different breed, and MTA is a special kind of transit. Cause there's no other system runs like this with these kind of people. Let's really think about it. Most of these other places with transit is secondary. This is the primary mode of transportation here, right? Mm-hmm. Primary.
Hey, Rosa, how's it going?
Think about the type of people in New York.
Yeah.
We're special. Everything, and that's the thing. Everything that annoys you about New York as a New Yorker is everything you miss when you go someplace else, right or wrong.
True. Hello, Apollonia. What's going on? It's like if you don't have cable, Wi-Fi, or nothing, just take the train or the bus. You have entertainment.
That is
right there.
Totally true.
You get your action. You got your drama. You know, sometimes you even have talk shows that you can join the conversation.
Yeah, this is
you know what I
true,
mean? Because they be loud on the phone, so I'd be like, okay, really?
But the question is the show in English? Because if not, you know, you gotta bust out the subtitles.
Yeah, that's the problem. You know, if you got that SAT button on and it's locked, you can't do nothing about it. You know, but I be in the train sometimes like I feel like getting in the conversation. No, just tell her you're gonna go there later, bro, because they talking loud like. No. But yo, tell her I'm gonna be there. I was looking at the guy like, okay, who you telling me to tell her or the person on the phone? Like, cause you had the whole conversation going.
The whole train was listening.
Yeah, the whole train, and then when you hang up the phone, you know that the train was listening. Cause when you hang up the phone, they be like, yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Let me change the channel. Let me see what is in the next one.
I know. I'd rather the loud telephone call because I hate when you get the lovers quarrels on the train, but then you don't know whether or not to step in.
Oh my God!
I was on the train about 3 weeks ago, and this guy is going in on his girl because some dude said something, like literally said something to her while he was there, and so I guess he was upset this guy spoke to his girl, kind of possessive, and he's just like, man, I swear to God, if I find out that you were messing with this man, I'ma just and then like rubbing her legs and like real aggressive. And she just kept, babe, come on, you know, I don't speak to nobody. And I'm just like, how far do I let this go before I have to punch him in the face? And then they got off the train in time before I even made up my mind. I was just like, well, I guess that's the police problem.
Not even.
Now.
I would have been like, listen, yo, homie, if she's with another one, go. Yeah. Leave. Like, what's so hard about that?
I'm not going to sit there and watch him attack her.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point do you have to be like, bro, you're on the train? Right, even if it's just like, don't do this in front of people, right? Like,
calm down, buddy. You know, some of the people when they do things, you just look at them like, dang, you know you're dumb, right? Like, there's no other word for them, just stupid and dumb. Like, I don't care if people. Oh, but that's not fair. You shouldn't say that about them. Well, that's the only way to describe them.
This is true.
Only way, because there's nothing else. When you look at them, you're like, really, you're doing that?
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Like, I forgot who posted up on Facebook. One of my friends said, "Oh, Jay Sam said that a homeless guy told everybody to shut up that he was trying to sleep."
I respect that. I respect that.
I was like, "Well, that's his house now." You
Nah,
know what I mean? Like,
you know what though? Y'all saw him on the train. Y'all saw him sleep on the train, and I don't know anybody who doesn't know that they ain't crazy.
But when he said it, I was picturing the guy with the blanket and the whole thing on the floor, his clothes. Mm-hmm. So, yo, I'm trying to sleep. I got to go to work tonight. Like,
word, like. I respect
it,
New
York. This is some crazy activity that happens here, you know, in New York. You have stories for days when you take the MTA.
Yeah, I mean, we were just at a comedy show, and there were two Germans in the crowd.
Yeah.
And they were already understood all the humor of the comedians about MTA, that they were probably laughing the hardest.
Oh my God.
They had been in New York for about a week.
And
that's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Take a day train ride. Be like, where you going? I'm going to the movies. I don't know what they're playing right now, but you know, we're gonna go check it out.
Just check it out.
You know what I mean? Because it is crazy out there.
Just ride the 2 from one end to the other. I bet you come back with the story. Same for the 4. Same for the 4.
Hey, Rosa, thank you for the like. It is crazy when you can go and be entertained and frustrated at the same time. Because some of them get me frustrated. Like, oh, bro, I feel like just knocking you out real quick and call it a day. And then you have those on purpose. I'm one of those that if I see you on a chair with your stuff on another chair,
oh yeah,
on purpose, I'll be like, excuse me, I paid.
I
don't even say, can you move your stuff? I'll be like, excuse me, I paid.
No, see, I was on the train this morning, and the train doors, I was just missed them, so someone got the free seat. But then I look to the left, right, and I see 3 people asleep, right? 2 laid all the way out, 1 guy sitting, and 1 guy next to him eating breakfast with the bag in the seat. I just walked right over there and looked at him. He looked at me. I took off my book bag. He moved his stuff. That was it. I didn't say nothing. Like, that was it.
In the train, I could have sat somewhere else. There was mad space. But on purpose, I seen him put his bag there. So I said, excuse me, I want to sit. And he looked at the chairs, the empty, and I just stood there. He was like, and then I sat down, and then somebody came in. I said, oh, you want to sit here? Because I can sit over there in that empty spot. On purpose.
You are hilarious.
On purpose.
You are hilarious.
Because I'm like, yo, why you going to put your stuff there? Did it pay? Especially on the bus. You know, there ain't no room on the bus. Don't put your stuff on the bus.
You know why I do that, though? Because I could be sitting down with space, right? And I'll see a whole bunch of other seats before you get to me. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, I want to sit there. No. I'll just tell you straight up, no.
Go sit over there.
And then like, you see all those seats you just passed? Yeah, but I don't want to hear the but. You want to put your butt down right over there. That's me. So when I move my bag, because my bag is the size of a person, by the way. Yeah. Right? I move my bag when it's the last seat on the bus. You will sit everywhere else but. Because normally the person that wants to sit next to me can't sit in a 1-seater. Mm-hmm. You're too damn fat. So I don't want you sitting next to me.
I know.
I swear
and
to
then
God.
if I'm in the edge with the bar,
we're not doing that.
You ain't squeezing me. You ain't squeezing me.
I got on the crosstown the other day, and there was a seat that was supposed to be available next to this lady. She's taking up her seat and 1/8 of the next seat. So me thinking ahead, like, I can't fit here. You know what I end up seeing? As I step to the side, some lady wider than me tried to sit there, sits on this lady, and the 2 of them are looking at each other like, why are you so fat? I'm like, but you're both too damn big.
Oh, my. It's so true.
Like, because this one's spilling not only just to the first seat, but it's spilling over to the other person on the other side of the pole. I'm like, none of y'all just.
But your guys are
They must have failed geometry because the shapes weren't fitting in the holes.
Well, they figured, the pizza's round, the box is square. So I don't know. But we're talking about the stuff that people do that you just want to slap them. I went to pick up my son. I'm standing there. They have like a barricade for the kids. Big space from the barricades to the sidewalk. But they want to stand in the middle of the... Yeah. I'm looking at them like, so I'm coming. Mm-hmm. I just kept on pushing. I didn't even say, excuse me, boom, 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 boom. I kept pushing, and then I stood on the sidewalk. I'm standing like this, and this lady was like about 4 feet away from me, walks, and then stands right where you at. I looked at her, and I looked at the space. I'm like, damn, all this space, and you want to stand right next to me? I don't know you.
She was cold. She wanted some body.
I know,
heat.
right? I took a picture of her, too, right in front of her, and I sent it to Rhea. I was like, look, out of all the space, why the lady wants to stand? And she looked at my phone and then left.
Yeah, because it's like, what are you doing? I don't know you.
I don't know you like that. Like, why you just standing like all this space right here? But the dumb things that people do is like, yo, you have to change your stuff. But I want to change it from the dumb people to the double standard thing. Matter of fact, you sent it to me, I think, today about a girl that said bisexual is just for women.
Yep.
What a double standard, idiotic, self-centered. I can go down the list.
I mean, all right. So
She was like, if you gay, you gay.
no. She said, if you are a bisexual woman, you are bisexual, right? Bisexual is for women.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a bisexual man, you are gay. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Right?
She said you're only gay. There's no bisexual.
Yeah,
there's no bisexual
right?
in there. You're only gay.
Right?
But bisexual is gay no matter what you say.
Either
and
way.
then bisexual was in the name. Like the guy, I was reading the comment. The comments on some of the videos are funnier than
Oh,
the
yeah,
videos.
they're great. They're great.
The one guy said, oh, so let me get this straight. Bi doesn't mean two, and sexual doesn't mean your gender. Right there tells you bisexual, meaning you like both genders.
Right.
Yeah, we said two genders because that's all that is in the world. But anyway, so they, when they say bisexual, that means you like both genders.
I mean,
So it could be a man or a woman. It doesn't matter.
No, but
It's just sexier with a woman, though.
Her point was essentially that a guy who's with a guy at any point in time is just gay, right?
Oh, no, because look at the download people. They don't consider themselves gay.
I mean, they consider themselves in the closet,
Right?
You know?
Like, I'm not gay. I'm the one that's letting them do it. No.
You see, you just messed up.
No, you're gay. No. As soon as you said you just let them, that's it.
That's yeah.
That's it.
But no, I mean, look, I get what she was saying because like if you read the comments, it's just like this is why a lot of bi people don't come out. Period, because there's a stigma
because they're
either
greedy.
way.
They're greedy. That's greedy people don't need to come out.
It's okay to be greedy.
But like I said, it's only sexy on a woman.
I think that's was her point. It's only sexy
probably.
on a woman, right? Like only men and women both can accept a woman being gay easier than a guy being gay, right? So when a guy says that he's bi, and I think it's
A lot of women, I don't think will mess with you if you said,
if you be with men or
I used to be with a man.
Exactly. And I think that's part of the issue there. But I think it's just the fact that there are a lot of guys where because they thought it might be passable, instead of admitting that they were just gay, they would say they were bi.
Jennifer said, oh my goodness, I can't stand that. Like 50 feet, baby. Hi, Jennifer. I guess you were talking about when that lady was standing next to me. But if a man comes to a woman and says, hey, I used to be with a man, it's not the fact that you used to be with a man. It's all the sexual diseases that you might have because remember, a man with a man gets more sexual diseases.
A higher chance of, yeah.
So I think that's what she was trying to say. Like, I won't be with a man that was with another man.
I mean, I think, a guy who's been with a guy is not desirable to women.
Johnny said, shout outs to Johnny. He said, pitcher and catchers.
Yeah.
So, but if a man finds out a woman was with another woman,
he's like, so can I be with you
they
and
be like,
another girl?
So you still talk to her?
Like, what's that number? How do I fit in? What's going on? Like, yeah.
We don't worry about that. So
yeah,
that double standard I can understand, but there's.
But even still, just kind of like, well, but bi is bi. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean it's only for women? Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. And then another video I seen for a double standard was when the guy asks a girl, if you come with your friend to a dinner with your boyfriend, which he doesn't know you coming with,
right?
Does he have to pay for both of you? She said yes.
No.
And then he said, okay, so that means if you were gonna pay for dinner and he comes with his friend, are you gonna pay? He was like, no, they both men. What a double standard.
For real. I'm not paying for somebody I don't know unless I'm leaving
And
with her
plus,
too.
you didn't even know they were coming.
Yeah.
I'm not paying. Nope.
No, I didn't offer that. You brought her. That's no. You don't get to offer my wallet to people.
Yeah, and no, and then she said, whoever invites pays. Yeah, I invited you. I didn't invite your friend.
Exactly. Why
You
she
invited
even-
your
why she
friend,
even
so now
here?
you have to pay.
You pay for her. I'll pay for us. That works out.
She was like, the whole conversation, if she looks at the video again, she's going to realize how stupid she sounds.
Yeah.
You know?
But no, because then this is gonna be an argument. Oh, men these days they're just mad cheap now. Like if you can't afford it, then don't even be inviting people out. That's the attitude they're gonna have. Not that she's gonna feel
But
stupid.
they can't afford it themselves, so why are you going to go out?
Hey, I'm just telling you what the comments are gonna
Listen,
say
I'm going
and
to
how she's
take
gonna
you
react.
to where you could, if you dress like a 7-Eleven female, you're going to go to 7-Eleven.
Well, have you seen the whole thing about Cheesecake Factory?
Oh, yeah, no, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I
I
seen
mean,
that. Now there's some females backlashing that and making videos talking about, where you going to take me? And one guy was like, well, I was going to take you to this nice French restaurant. What for? I want to go to Cheesecake.
Right.
You know, like some of the girls are now doing videos snapping back at them.
well, I like the one where the girl took the guy out to Cheesecake Factory and he was
Oh,
talking,
yeah,
he was
they
talking
did
crap
the
about it. He
reverse?
was like,
oh,
nah,
yeah.
well, you see how I'm dressed? You won't take me to the Cheesecake Factory?
It was like, he said, no, I'm leaving. And then he gets on the phone.
Word.
This girl tried to take me to
the
a Cheesecake Factory.
Meanwhile, the entire time I ain't never eat there before, but I took pictures of the food and such.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. The
And
potatoes
the,
were all right.
the guy on the other side was like, so how was the food? No, the food was good.
It was all right, but I can't believe she thought I would go to the Cheesecake Factory.
And it's a funny part about it. If you're going to go on a date, it should be in a place where you can talk. It doesn't matter where you're taking it. I'm not spending a whole lot of money on a maybe.
I mean, word.
I'm not.
Word.
That's a gamble.
That hit
We're-
heavy.
We're not gambling here. You know what I mean? So I'm not spending. No. Now, maybe the 4th or 5th date, if you know it's going well, let me take her out somewhere nice, you know? But not the first. The first is just, a hit
I'm
and
getting
miss.
to know you, right? We may never
Yeah.
meet again. Why am I spending mad money on someone I might never meet again? Like, imagine. Don't get me wrong. You take her to the absolute, there's that girl that said there's a $500 minimum. All right, so that first date, you're spending the whole $500 for whatever activity y'all doing, and then you yourself don't like the girl. I'm not even going to say the girl did anything wrong. The girl could have even appreciated that you did all that for her, super great girl, whatever, and was into you. And maybe she said something you didn't like. Maybe you weren't a fan of her style. Maybe it was like, yo, that night her breath was kicking. I don't know. But there was something off that you were just like, man.
I'm ghosting her.
I wasted $500 to spend on somebody I don't care about. And don't get me wrong, it's not even a matter of can I afford it, right? You could be Jay-Z, but to waste $500, you're like, that's still wasting $500.
That's what I'm saying. I don't waste it on the maybes. You have to be correct when you're going. And, when you have that double standard stuff, especially when you have females that want to be 50-50 or equality, I treat them the same. I treat them the same. They come into the train or the bus and they looking at me like they want to sit down. I'll be like, oh, how you doing? I stay sitting.
Yep.
And one time this lady came in and talking about, damn, there's no gentleman involved. I said, first of all, my back is hurting. I ain't getting up. I was just in the studio for so long. Second of all, ain't you a 50-50 woman? And third of all, you didn't even pay. And you expect a chair. You standing up.
Yep.
So what was it? Yesterday, Raiden, what was the day that the man came with the baby? Yesterday, right? Yeah, we were on the bus. Here comes a man with the baby. I look, 3 females on one side, a little boy, and a young female and an older female on the other side. So I looked, and I looked at the guy. I was like, this is crazy. I bet you if you were a female holding that baby, they would have probably got up. And she looked at me like, all pissed off. I said, but I guess these ladies here on these chairs are not the 50-50.
Well, my thing is that it never made sense to me that if you have men expected to work laborious jobs, you then expect them to stand on the bus and the train as well. When
Yeah,
it makes
that
more
I
sense
never
that
understood.
they would be more tired.
Especially at 5 or 6 o'clock. They coming out of work.
Right.
So-
but you who were sitting down all day on the, and I'm not talking about now, I'm talking about traditionally, right?
Right.
So women would be secretaries, paperwork. I'm not talking about the servers. The servers would make sense. They're on their feet all day, right? But
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the average secretary would be expecting a guy who was, let's say, putting up a
Construction
wall or
workers
whatever
or something, yeah.
to get up for him. I'm just like, that logic is flawed. Just flawed.
Like, I working 12 hours putting up this building, and you're sitting down for 8 hours.
It doesn't matter. If you are a laborer, you should get the seat first, as
Yep.
far as I'm concerned, right? As far as the kids thing, You don't need to sit, but the kid can. You know what I'm saying? Right? But at the same time, right? I like when a woman who's pregnant gets on to a train or a bus, right? And here's the thing: they'll come in, there'll be nothing but women closest to them, and
They
all the
expect a
women
man.
sitting down will look for any man on the train or bus to get up. Doesn't
Nope.
matter how far away. I said you're the person closest to them, and you're not getting up.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna act like I don't see.
No, not
Nothing.
lately. I've been like, I'll be sitting down, and the girl looks at me. I'll be like, you're younger than me, right? Stand up, let her sit.
Oh, you're lucky you got the gray to do that.
I'll be doing that. I'll be like, no, you stand
You
up.
have youth. Stand.
I'm like, what the fuck? You're teenagers. Stand the heck up.
Yeah.
Like, and they looking at, oh, but a man shouldn't be doing nothing. It should be by age.
Yes.
If you're a teenager, stand up.
To a certain degree, I can agree, but Charles, once you get old enough, you have a sex ride. So if you
Yeah.
can't, if you can't stand on transit, go call them.
Yeah,
They need to keep employed.
yeah. Oh yeah. My son was reminding me that when an old man came in, she looked at everybody else. Old man coming in, and the guy was like, "Well, this little boy should stand up now," talking to Raiden, right? And I looked at, I was like, "No, maybe you should be standing up.
Yeah.
The little boy don't stand up. You're supposed to stand up, of course he is a boy." I told Raiden, "Sit there," and the old man looked and said, "No, Raiden, you sit there," because he heard me say Raiden. He was like, "Raiden, you sit there. You can get up."
To who?
To the person next to Raiden.
Oh.
He got up, and then he came with the wheelchair, so Raiden got up because he wanted to make him sure he sits, and then he closed his thing. He said, "Come here, you can sit here," because the girl wanted to sit. He's like, "Nope, you come here and you sit." Yeah, and then he kept looking at her like, "Say something, I'm gonna hit you,"
Yeah.
because you're able-bodied female, and you're gonna tell me you can't get up for an old person. So you want, like you said, looking for that one male. There was no male, so now you want to go to the young male. And then she was like, "But he's in school all day." It don't matter. He's young. You got better balance. Get up.
Yeah. Between I think once you hit middle school is when you could start playing those games. Like you're not really a kid anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
13, 14, you should have that balance.
Right now, yeah, there's not
Or at least the
whatever.
grip. That's a whole.
To hold the thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
But when I seen the guy standing with his baby and female sitting down, they didn't give him the chair, and he had a baby. The baby was close
Right.
to 1 year old,
Yeah,
and you didn't give him a chair.
it's a double standard.
And then the lady at the end said, "Oh, you want to sit down because I'm getting off the next stop." Girl, you went 2 stops
Right.
before you offer him the chair.
Right. Because she's going to get to her destination
Now you want to
comfortably.
be nice. I'm like, nah, this is
What do you think he
ridiculous.
was going to do when you got up anyway?
Yep.
Right? Like,
And then and he looked at her, and he got up, and he was like, "I'm gonna sit down because I only got 2 more stops myself." I was dying. And he got off at Grand Concourse. But I'm like, this is ridiculous. If the guy was a female, it would have been a different story.
you ever
know?
seen the pregnant lady who tries to get the seat, someone moves, and then it's not for herself, but it's for the kids that were behind her the entire time?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
That
I've seen that.
joint be killing me.
I be seeing that. No, lady, you better sit down.
Like,
I
I
got
did
up.
not get up for your badass kids.
No. Yeah, and again, the double standard. You got a pregnant woman that comes in. What about that fat big man? You ain't gonna let him sit down?
Nah, bro.
No?
Nah.
But he looked like he pregnant too.
Nah. He
about
look-
8 pounds.
He
8
looked like he pregnant, but the baby coming out of him's gonna hit a toilet.
Yeah, but still, he identifies as he is pregnant.
Nah. Oh, now you care about identity, huh? He's trying to put on 50 pounds so he can sit down off the
He
trade.
can sit down. No.
Nah, we definitely, because you know what? Ain't nobody make him fat but himself and maybe his mama, because genetics sometimes play a part. But like, it ain't my fault.
I seen this big man come in one time, and there was a seat there, and he just looked at it. He was like, "Nah, you can sit. I'm gonna take 2 seats." So
Yeah, but you know what?
At
I
least
can
he
respect that. You don't fit.
he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna take 2 seats." So I'm gonna sit right there. And then he sat down, and then he sounded like Big Ralph.
Nah. But what kills me is when that big person doesn't want to move because they know they need 2 seats. They try to block one and wait for
Yeah.
the other person to get up so they can sit down. I'm like, you and your big brusky belly gotta move out the way because
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit.
I listen. The double standards on life is crazy, and it could be with anything. but a lot of times it's men and women.
It's usually men.
Yeah, a lot of times it's that. But it's also what you see, like how you dress and everything. There's a double standards on
That's
that
true.
too.
That's true.
You come in the store talking about, yeah, can I get a napkin, and looking all regular. They're gonna be like, yeah, 5 cents.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, be coming in suit and tie. You need an extra napkin to give you the whole pack. Here you go, sir. You anything else with that? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I love the difference in appearance I get from the same people I work with from when I'm in uniform to when I'm in my casual, because they don't realize it's me. So I love to see the fear in their face when I'm in my regular clothes, because sometimes, like you've seen it, I walk around the city with, like, you can't see me at all. You won't see my face. You won't see no arms, no nothing, because I'm completely covered. It's about to be that season, right? Where I just stay warm, but I look crazy, right? But then when I'm in my uniform, they want to bug me and ask me for a whole bunch of stuff, things that aren't even a part of my job, and I'm just like, huh. So suit and tie makes me seem approachable. I still don't talk to you. But
it happens. It happens.
My regular clothes, you know to run. That's the point. I don't want to be bothered with you.
It's a lot of the double standards when it comes, especially to what you have on. Because, like I said, there'll be females out there that, I can never find a good man. Because you're looking like you're a borderline hoochie, what they used to call back in the days, or you look like you want to try to apply for a ghetto Hooters.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes you get that woman. Sometimes, on the opposite end, you find women who dress very fashionably that a lot of guys who, more, I would say good men, are thinking maybe she's a little out of my league.
Right.
She might be a little too materialistic, whatever. Like, it's not to say that's who she is, but her approach just seems kind of like, you're not approachable, you're not attainable, right? So, what's gonna draw her are a lot of people who have, the same kind of high fashion, same kind of high money that she exudes. But a lot of guys like that also have a lot of options, so they're not normally the most trustworthy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how you present yourself, like, it's the girl who she looks cute, but she's in casual clothes that more often than not will find
I
the
think
good
for,
guy. You know what I'm saying?
For a female, you can dress business-wise, looking nice, because there's some ones that look real good. But then when you speak, you have to have that balance.
That's
you
true.
can't be sounding too much like you ghetto fabulous.
Right.
And then you can't sound too much like you ghetto.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be like, oh, so you're just dressing like that, but the ghetto's going to come out of you. I ain't going to deal with it. So you have to find that balance. Because I've seen beautiful ladies that are passing by, and I'm like, okay, she looked like she's a lawyer, secretary, something.
Then she opened up her
Then
mouth.
she opened up her mouth. I was like, oh, okay, she was in court.
But, sometimes you find a girl who can do both, right? Because she's in that outfit because in the professional world, she can be very articulate and eloquent, right? But when she picked up that phone, that was homegirl from around the way. Like, that one, I ain't mad at that one. You can speak both languages.
But those are the ones that I'm like, do I really want to be with someone like that? That's gonna try to.
Nah, because that's someone who has the skill set to go places in life, but will never forget where she come from.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. Just because she can talk ratchet don't mean she is. And especially if she's able to hold such a position.
No, but I'm saying that's where you're going to be like, nah. I think she's going to be ratchet, and, you go to her house, her clothes is all over the floor.
I think what it is if you hear both sides of it, right? Because like I said, if you caught her while let's say you went to court for whatever reason, right? And it could be it was jury duty. You heard her in the courthouse, and she was like, oh, she sounded like the lawyers, because she was, right? But then when you caught her outside on her lunch break, she sounded like, LaQuisha from down the road. I mean, if you hear both sides of it, you're like, dang, she could do both. It's the ones who you never know if they have the other side that you can question.
Right.
The one who always sounds prim and proper, like, I don't know, she might be a little highfalutin. And the one who's straight gutter, you like, I don't know if she ever get out the gutter.
That's true. Because that's, even with the guys, you can be seeing them nice dressed, but then that little ghetto thing come out of them, and you're like, do I really want to mess with that?
I could tell you, Amon Shumpert on the Shy is not Amon Shumpert when you meet him. Because that Amon Shumpert on the Shy, finesse, swag, cool, can definitely come off very articulate. Amon Shumpert in person, N-bombs, every other word, this and the third. Like, nah, this
big
this is like, I know you come from, I ain't mad at it, but that's not it. So.
And then that's why a lot of times you're not going to find the right one, because, first of all, you're shopping in the wrong area. Second of all,
that's true too.
When you're looking at them, you already judge them for what they are, and then all of a sudden, you taking them to the places where they look like they're supposed to be. But then you take them to that one place, that's where their ghetto-ness is already too late. You got 5 babies with them. You know, you on a hold on your child support.
No, but I think that's the other thing too. A lot of times when people go, especially one thing that's really hard in New York is dating, right? With the way that the city moves, the way that people think about people in the city, it's kind of hard to just kind of always naturally meet someone unless like you're introduced from a friend, and then everybody has to be vetted. So online dating is big. So even like your choice in app will help filter what you're looking for. So I'm sorry if you're on an app that's heavily used for hookups, I don't know how you think you're gonna find your husband.
Yeah.
But a lot of the apps that are for real like dating, right? Sometimes they cost.
See, but
right, Christian Mingle, but
Christian
but
Mingle.
then
Again, those are the devils in disguise.
But that one is complicated because you have to pay, so that's the first barrier, right? For a lot of these dating sites that works is, are you willing to pay, right? But how many of them really Christian? Like how Christian?
That's what I'm saying.
You won't go on there and find out just how Christian you are.
Right. Devil in disguise. That's what they are. And also with the dating sites, you're gonna get what they want you to believe in until you go out with them. That's why I say don't spend so much money going out with them on the first date because you don't know.
But that's the thing though. So like if you're someone who wants to date, and I'm not going to be mad at anyone for having preferences. I'm going to be mad at people for judging people for their preferences. You get what I'm saying? So if you are someone who bank account matters to you, all power to you if you know that. But don't go looking for, a 500K man on Tinder. That's your own mistake. They have apps for that where you can solicit guys who have a minimum tax bracket of 300K, and they can, treat you to that lifestyle that you think you deserve. And I'm gonna stress that you think you deserve, right? But if that's you, then you have to pay that $20 a month, that $50 a month, that $100 a month to put your picture and your profile on these sites, and then you'll find out if that's really the crowd that you should be looking in. And then you might find exactly what you're looking for. You might find out you might have to humble and lower your standards.
And then you're looking at people that are making, $50K and stuff like that, and you only making $50, and I mean $50.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think that to me in general is a big double standard in dating, is that
Especially
a woman can make whatever amount she makes and still have this expectation of this 6-figure guy who's 6'2" and has the home and the car, and it's like, but what do you bring to the table?
Yeah. And that's the thing.
And like, no, that's
a woman will always want to date up.
Yes.
Even though they don't have it. But a man doesn't really care for dating up. They can date down if they want. You know what I mean?
I mean, a lot of guys are
date down.
yeah, essentially if a
This
woman's
girl
dating up,
don't have nothing, but, she's nice, she's pretty, we drive together, I'm going to go with her.
I mean, I think it's the concept of that a lot of women look for a provider, where a man doesn't seek that because he has to provide for himself, like has to provide for himself. What did Chris Ross said? That a man is not loved unconditionally, only women and children. And eventually that boy has to find out just how hard the world is, because eventually you have conditional love.
Yeah, it's hard especially when you're dating nowadays with all these women talking about money and they don't have not even a dime in their pockets and stuff like that. If you want to be independent woman or a woman of 50-50 or the woman of these ages, independent means you can do it on your own. Oh, I don't need a man. So then why are you looking for a man that's
that
making
has
50K,
X, Y, and Z?
100,000? That
Right.
means you need him.
Like I hear a lot of women who are self-sufficient and still say, I want a man that can provide for me, so that way all my money is mine.
And that doesn't work that way. That doesn't work that way. If a man, and this was the double standard too, like when I was on the bus, this girl was like, oh, I can't believe he didn't want to give me no $20 and he makes a lot of money. First of all, that's his money.
Word. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, it's his money. He don't want to give it to you.
If you want $20, go make it.
And then plus, in my mind, I'm like, if you're borrowing $20,
you ever gonna give it back?
Able to pay it back? So if he's not giving it to you, that just means that he knows
you probably
can't pay
already
it back.
owe him 20. So here's my thing. I'm sorry, but we live in an era where making money is too easy for women.
Yeah.
That there's no reason for women to be like, I need your money.
Yes.
Right? Like just, I'm sorry. Right? Women have an option a lot easier than men.
Oh, big time.
And I'm not talking about the strip clubs. I mean, you literally in your home don't even have to get naked. You can go on a video and just like
Show your toenail.
Look,
Show your big toenail, and
well,
there's somebody
no,
there.
but
You know what I mean?
It's that serious. There are women who literally have pages where they don't even put on scantily clad clothing. They paint their feet a different nail polish color each day because of foot fetishes, right?
Yep.
And that's predominantly a male fetish. Not only men, but predominantly a male fetish. You have women who sell used underwear, stuff that they were going to throw out anyway and sell it for money. As weird as fetishes can go, and the number of people in these communities to the point where like there can be an oversaturation of people doing this stuff, and there will still be a market for it, right? There's no way to tell me you can't make $20. I'm not saying you're all gonna be 20,000 or top 3% on OnlyFans. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like you could probably earn a weekly $500. That is about what $40K, $50K a year salary.
You see these stupid videos talking about I'm cooking, so why you are in a bikini? You know what I mean?
Like, but that person probably has what 100K followers.
Yeah.
And that means they're getting deals. So this is what I'm saying. Because sex sells, and I'm not saying you have to be extremely busty. I'm not saying you need a BBL. None of that. You can be the average, right? Like if there's a standard looking woman who does any sort of content in either scantily clad clothing or just admires to a fetish and pull in the salary of someone who does a labor job of $50K a year. It's that simple.
But then you got those girls like that. Oh, I want them to take care of me so I can save my own money. Then you're not an independent woman. That's all I gotta say.
I mean,
even with the men, that's a double standard too. Like the woman will look for a rich man. Mm-hmm. She's good. Girl, by all means, do what you want to do. A man tries to do that.
Well, actually, one of my favorite stories from 2023 was a man in Japan arrested for being a sugar baby to 5 different women.
Wait, he was arrested?
So this is what happened. So essentially,
my bad. I forgot that we had a window, and I seen the flashing lights. I was like, what? In our new studio, we got a window. So I'm like, what?
So essentially, they said that he committed fraud for taking this money from women because they all didn't know about each other, right? So he was taking women's money thinking that he was their boyfriend. And essentially, how could you be one person's boyfriend if you have 5 girlfriends, right? So that's where he got caught up is like the Japanese definition of the terms and laws and stuff like that. But he was earning like $80K a year, living in his own apartment, having 5 girlfriends who didn't know about each other, of course, and they were funding him. Now, the best part about this news story is that the anchor who was delivering it was talking about how average of a man he was. They were like, he's not exceptionally attractive, he's not exceptionally tall, he has no special skills. He's just a very general guy who was just like, hey, I'm in between jobs. Right? And I was just like,
but a woman does that a lot.
Right, but this man literally got arrested for doing what many a women have done.
This is crazy.
And do. And I think the only story that I loved more, or possibly as much as this, was the guy in I think it's South Africa who got arrested because he won 23 cases without being an actual licensed lawyer. So he beat their lawyers 23 times, and then they arrested him for practicing law without a license.
It happens.
But I mean, you would think that I would give him an honorary degree and then hire him for my case, right? Like just be like, bro. If he's beating y'all, because you know what the worst part is after you put him out on these charges, what if he defends himself and wins?
I won't even be the DA that's trying to.
I'm like, no.
And especially if
he's 23-0. Nah, we good.
Oh no, if he's 23-0, I'm not touching him.
And now you're telling him he has to sit in the jail cell, so you're giving him more time to read? Nah, we ain't playing with this kid.
The double standards in the world is always going to be crazy. Like, if you got a sugar daddy, it's all great. But if you got a sugar mama, what, you can't get a job? Like, you can't get a job? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, man.
When you say something, you got to realize the bounce back.
The only thing I could say to anyone who's seeking to be a sugar baby in any way, shape, or form, right? Guy, girl, trans, whatever you want to identify as, time will get you, right? Mm-hmm. So you better, use all the youth creams and this, that, and the third, stack up, or legitimately trap them. Get them to put a ring on it, right? These are your only methods for longevity in your career path.
Yeah.
So
I
just
think
a word of advice.
I think I'm gonna go apply for EBT and stuff, and then try to look for a person that wants me to be their sugar daddy with the EBT.
I mean,
Would that work?
And
Like,
the-
yo,
you know-
I'd be like, I get 300.
you the one who
I
don't.
get 300 a month.
No. You the one who don't like ghetto girls. So how you gonna try and use your EBT card when you
Listen,
know what you're going to track?
but I'm gonna be like, yo, I get 300 a month. Oh man, I got a man that makes 3K. I didn't ever say the K. I just said 3.
300. I ain't mad at it. He said
I
300.
just- shit.
Period.
What you want? You want the cereal, girl? I got you.
I got you all the Fruit Loops you can eat until the 15th, and then afterwards.
Yeah, the 15. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? No, but I cannot, and I would never be with someone that just want to be with me for money. It's like no.
But you see, the issue is that all right.
And then what? Sugar? Some of them don't even give out.
No, so they don't even exactly. So the issue with the thing is that some people are good at the finesse, right? They really make you think that they care. For a lot of people who have money and have always have money, they don't associate the stuff that they're getting or giving to their bank account, despite the fact that is the reason why some people affiliate with them at all their entire life, right? That you're the friend who pays for everything, you're the friend who X, Y, and Z. So no pun intended. But it's just one of those. It's one of those things where now, they're not gonna notice that this girl or this guy is using them for the money. I think that especially when it comes to men, because men's egos are so inflated.
But some of them know.
Women pick up a lot faster if
Yeah,
they're
a lot
being
of
used for
men
cash.
do know. They be like, okay, I will be your sugar daddy. They tell them.
Yeah, that's their whole game. But that guy is also 9 out of 10 times not seeking love. No, it's not even that. Sometimes they're seeking a companion. They're literally seeking that friendship, and they want it from someone where at least they know the transaction is the transaction. Give me the experience. Like, there are not a lot of guys saying, I'll be your sugar daddy, and then not knowing what's going to happen. Like, even the guys who know, like, I want to smash would be like, hey, I'll give you this amount as long as you X, Y, and Z. Like, the guys who want it because they want it laid out so that way there's no longer a sexual harassment or sexual assault case later.
Right.
Like, I'll give you the money, but you got to this first. Like, there's going to be no games.
I'll be like, listen, and that's now because when I used to date back in the days, you want to go on a date? Yeah, well, I'm going to be chilling in my house. All right, we'll chill in your house.
Yep.
And then I used to be like, I'm a little tired. You want to go home? And they go home, and I go, close my lights, close my door. I don't even take them home. I used to just be like, see ya. They get in their car and they leave.
They got legs, right?
I'm like, come on now. But nowadays it's talking about, you got to pick me up, you got to do this, you got to do that. Oh, drive me here. Wait. You live in a luxury life with no luxury money. But you want me to give you that luxury life. You have to give something back on the table.
And see what gets me
beauty is by the time those new breasts that you got, by the time you finish, it's gonna be hitting your knees later on.
Nah, but
you know what I mean?
But this is the thing. It's the same woman who says she wants a man who has all this that won't sign a prenup. That's what gets me.
Oh no, they signing.
Do you think
that's the number one thing? If I'm filthy rich, you're signing prenup.
You're signing a prenup. I don't care. I mean, in all honesty, with the rate of divorce in this country, maybe not in other countries, but in this country, I think every couple should have a prenup or postnup done within the first year of marriage or right before marriage. Mm-hmm. I think every couple just to protect all the assets from the beginning. Yep. Right.
If you come in with millions of dollars. Even if both sides come in with $1 million, let's say.
I don't care. I'm talking about the average couple that's making $50K to $80K.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
Like if you coming in with a large amount of money a year, both sides. Yeah. Then you need to protect it. But if you're coming in with a large money and then you only got an EBT,
you are signing the prenup. There's not even a.
You're signing.
Nah.
You're signing the prenup.
Any guy who, and I'll say this for any male or any woman who is the majority provider in the relationship, it is your responsibility to make them sign a prenup.
Yep.
Or a postnup. And I'll give you that. Some people want to get married and whatever and this, that, and cool. Right?
All that bull crap of, but I live this lifestyle. Well, when I met you, you lived the ghetto lifestyle.
Right, and that's exactly where you're about to go to.
You can take the person out the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out the person.
Well, I guess I could put that person right back in the ghetto.
Yep.
But no.
Put you right back and you can survive.
But we're seeing it. Halle Berry, Britney Spears, like even with celebrities, it really just turns into who has more. And if you can't win a case as a female in California about money, that's how real it is. Like, it really, so just to protect yourself. And the other thing about it is, if your partner's not willing to sign that prenup, because I know a lot of people like to use the whole, oh, if you really love me, we shouldn't even consider divorce. No, the reality is stuff will happen. And it's not going to be, oh, in the first 5 years, honeymoon type stuff, or 10 years. It could be 20 years. It could be after the kids are grown out the house, you realize y'all ain't the same people no more. It's just with the idea that if I really love you now and I'm aware the future has this possibility, we need to protect ourselves so that way we know that if we decide to break, it can be amicable. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to spend this time with this person building a family, y'all split.
But a lot of people, when they do break up and they, the person was rich and they were poor, when they do break up, it was because they waited for that year or so. So they can be like, oh, I live this lifestyle. And then when they break up with you, they're going to take half. So this is why you protect yourself.
We ain't doing that.
I'm talking about male or female.
Yeah. No, it's usually the person, who was making more money who ends up getting screwed. I mean, look at the dude who Janet Jackson married. Remember that? Now, all shout out to the girl. There was a whole thing about they needed to be a kid and this whatever so she can get like, what, $5 billion, some ridiculous amount of money, right? And so she waited the 5 years and a couple of extra months so that way no one realized it was just the 5 years. And then she got the hell about that relationship. Right?
You gotta
I ain't mad at it. Look, if they give you a way out and you want to take it and then get the profit, but that's why you make that prenup, because at least I bet you the amount that he gave her, we're all like, that's a ridiculous amount of money. But for him, it was like, Yeah. And that's what that prenup is for. And I'm not saying that you should screw over the partner because of yada, yada, yada that happens years later. I mean, you got together, y'all were in love. But at least, whoever has more doesn't lose half.
Of what
Of what they got, right? You lose a whole bunch of
Especially something that they earn and not
right, you're the one earning it. You work exactly. Like, no, you know what? Even more so inheritance, because homeboy didn't work his butt off and make all this money for somebody who doesn't bear his name. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's hard. Save your money, let them know this is what you came with, this is what you leave with. But then when y'all building it together, that's something different. Y'all building it together.
But that's why I say prenup or a postnup, because that's the other thing. You get couples who get together and maybe later on after the relationship, they build a relationship, like a business, like a lot of YouTube couples, right? When you start building that YouTube channel about the family or whatever, because there's a whole thing going on now with a couple of Australian and YouTubers, kind of like, maybe we should put some of this on paper.
Yeah.
Like, who's responsible for this, that, and that way when we split, everybody knows what they're getting. And not necessarily when, but if we do. And in their case, yeah, they did. And now there's a whole bunch of backlash about who did X, Y, and Z.
Yep. But with that said, prenup, do whatever you got to do. But if you don't, you got to just make sure that you're going to work. Because the ones that don't really get prenup are the ones that know a marriage is a marriage and they're going to work, as hard as they could to keep it. So next week, we'll see you next week, and we'll hit in some of the things that Thanksgiving is going to bring, some of the food.
Oh, you talking about that? I thought you were talking about Mariah Carey's Christmas song.
Oh, no, heck no.
It's November 2nd, so you already know that started playing yesterday.
No. I want to talk about new food that we can probably eat in Thanksgiving.
New food?
Yeah, some new things, because I'm tired of the regular. I want some new food.
What, man?
Something new. I'm Spanish. I don't want to hear no about pernil on a...
You got turducken.
No, I don't want pernil for Thanksgiving.
No. Have you had turducken?
Turducken?
Yeah, it's a chicken and a duck and a turkey.
Right,
it ain't new, but it's definitely gonna mix up your Thanksgiving.
Oh, there we go. Hey, we're gonna see y'all next week. Have fun, and remember, check out our podcast right here, XY101. It goes every Monday, Tuesday. You can listen to it on the radio station as well. Or you can just catch up, go to LDM Radio on the podcast.
LDMradio.com.
All of them. We'll see y'all guys next week.
Next week.